Hey Azalea, thank you. I do see your donation already. So let's get yours started first, and then I'll go ahead and do the 3 first people here. Which Sunny Joe is you again. And we'll see who else is the first. Who else are the first? Okay, thanks, Buzz. So tonight donations are double entries into the raffle. Double entries into the raffle for donators. Okay, so Azalea, that's you. We're still doing the raffle for a free 30-minute reading. We'll decide, well, we'll see who the winner is next week. So if you guys want to be entered into this raffle, then tonight's the night. If you get a reading without donating, it'll be 1 entry. So that'll be selected by random, and I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between donations and then, you know, just choosing. Of course, donations are always going to go first. So that's why I'm doing Azalea's first, and then we're going to go ahead and do the first 3 people that were here. Just like every other day. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome. But one thing that you should probably know is if you want a free reading, there's a way to do that and to make sure that you get one. And I'm doing it for each live, every single live from here on out. If you're one of the first 3 people that joins and types in the chat, then you get a free reading automatically. So the way to do that, to make sure you're one of the first 3 here, is to, basically you have to subscribe to the channel, but next to that, there's a little bell icon. And when you click that, it's going to give you 3 options. And you clicked, out of the 3 options, you're going to select all. And that way, every time I go live, it'll notify you right away. And then you can get here early. Just make sure you type in the chat so that I know you're one of the first 3. So we can keep track of it that way. And you'll get a free reading. Azalea. Double entry for donators. Okay. Okay. Yep, 30 minutes, yep. Will Michael Taurus unblock come back to me soon? He was dealing with some mental health issues, and I asked him if he wanted space or support, and he blocked me. We connected so well, I really thought this was going to somewhat long term, so I'm so disillusioned. Taurus, okay. Alright, let's look into this. How does he feel about Azalea at this time, this Taurus person? Tell me about this Taurus person and how do they feel about Azalea at this time. And what they're planning on doing, what do we see happening in the future, or what do we see them doing? We want to know how they feel right now about Azalea. I don't know how they feel right now about Azalea, please. How do they feel about Azalea right now, please? Okay. It's interesting that you said that you thought it was going to be long term, because it kind of seems like they thought that too. And for some reason, we're getting the Knight of Wands here, so obviously that, well, maybe it's not obvious, but I'll explain. It represents non-commit, or, you know, somebody who's non-committal, basically, so. But we're going to look into this because, first of all, they see you as, I feel like, more of a friend than a lover, but what this really means is that they feel good around you, you know, like you're a, like, this is good friends. This is not just, like, acquaintances or drinking buddies, even though it kind of looks that way. It's really talking about, like, really good energy to be around and comfortable with. So it's, you know, it's a positive thing. That's how they're seeing you. And that's a really great thing. I mean, somebody's looking at you positively. It's not like they're not looking at you positively or they're looking at you negatively. It's just, you know, that's what we're going to figure out right now. For some reason, there's this whole, you know, after a long period of time, or somebody being patient, somebody waiting for something patiently. And so you said they had kind of gone away for a while, or you know, they were dealing with something. So that could have been, you know, what that was talking about. And when they came back around, you see that they're not committed anymore. They get bored, or they're over it, or for whatever reason, but we're going to find out right now what this is really about. If this is really, you know, talking about, like, them in general just being non-committal, or if it's talking about, like, they just got over it. I mean, they just kind of got bored with it, or maybe this is just how they are all the time. Player energy, possibly. But let's see. Tell me what this Knight of Wands is here for. And it's funny because it's like, it's pretty easy to tell how people are. It's just, disillusioned is a really great word, because, like, I like that you use that word, because it makes a lot of sense, I mean, in that situation, because you can really look at a person's, like, patterns, like their exes and how they are in relationships, but if that person is, like, hiding that, or they're just, like, you know, representing somebody that they're really not, then obviously that's going to be confusing, because you're not going to really know, like, who they are, you know, so it's like, you can't really know if you don't know, if they're not telling you, or, you know, they're lying. Tell me what this Knight of Wands is here for, please. Rosalia and this Taurus person representing her, how he feels about her currently. Taurus. That's the Taurus card right there. Yeah, we already know it's them that it's representing. Sorry if you can hear my dog licking himself. It's, like, really gross. He's right here. I don't know if you can hear that, but... That's kind of a red flag, too. Like, somebody just trying to... You felt bad for him from the gate. That's one of the... that's, like, one of the... how do you say? It's just a well-known tactic. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I mean, you know, I don't really know if, like, he, like, we're gonna find out right now, but I don't really, I'm just saying, like, him trying to get you to feel bad for him, or maybe you don't see it that way, like, you don't think he was trying to get you to feel bad for him, but it's kind of like, from the gate, like, he already had you feeling sorry for him. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It just reminds me of, like, possibly a different, you know, why would somebody want to put themselves out there in that way? Like, show all their weaknesses. It's not really a good sign, you know? Because then you kind of feel this obligation towards them already. So I don't know. It could be innocent. Could have been innocent, I mean. It's like, what did they get out of it, and what did you get out of it? Like, does it make sense? Does it seem like... Well, I shared my trauma first, and then he shared his one into It's kind of a lot to ask for up front. Okay, tell me everything that's ever happened to you, and tell me about all your traumas and insecurities. I need to know. Like, oh shit. Do I have to? Nice little icebreaker, though, you know? Tell me everything about you that you don't like. Okay. Okay, tell me more about this. Knight of Wands here. I'm just messing with you, Azalea. Leo card also. Yeah, paranoia. Somebody has been hurt in the past. Okay. Haven't we all? Oh, yeah. So, obviously somebody has been hurt in the past. Kind of like you're saying now. You're like, yeah, you guys have both had things that you opened up about and stuff. And this card here, it usually reminds me of somebody who can endure things. Like, endure. So, it's like they can get, like, they can make things last. They can get through things. And, you know, it kind of reminds me of a long-term relationship. Especially with the Hierophant there. Because it's the marriage card. Well, you know, the commitment card. Right next to the non-commitment card. So, that's kind of funny. But it's interesting because, like I said in the beginning, it kind of seems like they were also thinking about something longer term because of the Seven of Pentacles. But the thing is, I mean, it could have very well just been exactly what you said, like their mental health issues. Like maybe they're just still going through something, because here it's kind of showing that they, like, there's a, you know, it seems like it would have been something. Like it seems like it would have endured the test of time. And so it doesn't really, I'm not really satisfied with that, and I feel like I want to, you know, figure out more, because to me it's kind of obvious, like it's already kind of saying what you've said, but it's not really telling us if that Knight of Wands is something that you should be worried about. Like, did he get over it just innocently, or did he, you know, is this a pattern? You know what I mean? So it's like, we do see the damage there in the paranoia. He doesn't trust, or he doesn't, like, he just thinks something bad's gonna happen, or doesn't even think, but just kind of like knows something bad's gonna happen. Like, that's what he believes because of so many bad things that have happened. With the Nine of Wands right there. You see how he's just hypervigilant and just like looking around waiting for it to, whatever it is, to go down. Like, he knows it's gonna happen. And that's not really always true. It's just that's his mindset. So it's kind of exhausting, I'm sure, to always be on high alert like that. Yep. Eight of Cups here. There you go. Three of Wands again. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's 3 cups. Okay, so 7 of Cups. That's that disillusionment you were talking about. See the mask? Mask. Kind of interesting, huh? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Somebody very self-sufficient and also nurturing. So the masculine and the feminine side both in that person. And this is the 8 of Cups that I was talking about. This is, you know, this person here is going to have to go out off on their own into the mountains and kind of figure themselves out emotionally. Cups are emotions. So yeah, it's like, obviously this person is going through a lot, and they're looking back on things. They're kind of proud of themselves, like how far they've come. But they could also be reminiscing about things, but maybe they're kind of feeling like they also saw things, you know, they were also kind of like, go away. He's so annoying. Thank you. Yeah, go and get. Okay. So he could have also felt disillusioned, like, you know, there could be disappointment there because of that. You know, he thought it was something and maybe had to realize it wasn't exactly what he thought. Like, he could have been putting you on a really high pedestal in regards to, you know, maybe you had your shit together and he was like really, you know, kind of boosting you up for that and kind of like looking up to you for that, kind of making you feel like you were like more special than, I mean, not that you're not special, but it's like that was something that was being, paid attention to, and that was something that was like encouraged, and he was enthusiastic about it. But then it's like this whole emotional thing where he's gonna have to go off on his own. Either this is talking about how he did kind of go off on his own, or he still has to, but now he's having like realizations looking back on things. So let's see what he is thinking about, because here the Knight of Wands, it's like he might have just moved past it, or he might just be on to the next thing. The Knight of Wands is kind of like also, you know, saying somebody who's coming in and they're rushing in and they're, you know, there's a lot of passion, but then they're kind of rushing out just as quick. And it could just be the way of his life. It could be because something went down and it's just like he's focused on other things now. yeah, shocking, kind of out of nowhere, couldn't put a stop to it, couldn't see it coming, couldn't prevent it from coming because you didn't see it coming. So something shocking happened, or something just kind of abruptly happened. And it's right next to the Eight of Cups. Oh, Nine of Pentacles, again. Okay, give us more clarity on the Nine of Pentacles. I saw the Fool here at the bottom. So it's like he's wanting to start anew. And why doesn't that involve you? Let's see if we can find out if you're involved in this ever. What is this? Why is he deciding not to speak with her at this time? What is he seeing about her? What does he not like about... Well, not that he doesn't. I don't know. What does he feel about it? Oh. Well, that's cool. Because it doesn't... I don't have to tell you that he doesn't like you. That's awesome. The Hermit is, you know, it's about somebody who's going through a lot of, like, self-reflection and introspection. So, in that regard, that's good. Because then, you know, he's wanting to start anew here. He's wanting to, well, be more self-sufficient in his own right, you know, and also provide for himself. So he's, like, more of a man, but also still be a giving person. Like, to me, the Nine of Pentacles is kind of like the all-around woman and man, because it's kind of both sides, you know. The masculine, the Nine of Pentacles, this is two different decks, the Nine of Pentacles, and they have, you know, their 9 pentacles, and so that represents security, and they have their shit together, they're self-sufficient. That's the masculine side, you know, the being independent and taking care of yourself kind of thing, providing. And then, you know, you can see her nurturing this bird and tending to the garden that's around her, so that shows that she's also nurturing still and giving and loving and bringing, you know, keeping things alive, which is the feminine side. So that's why I say it's an all-around, like, woman or man, because it's just, you know, you have it all. You're basically focused on all of it, and you can do it for yourself and also give it to other people, so that's something that's really cool. So that's what I feel like their main priority is right now, because the Fool here, they're wanting to kind of just, like, have a new experience, go a different direction, you know, and that could be why you're not really involved in that. But I don't really see it as, like, a personal, like, diss towards you. Like, it's not, I mean, the only thing that tells me that it's, like, they're leaving you is the Knight of Wands. And, but with this Strength card, it just seems like it was going to go somewhere. Also with the Hierophant, it seems like it was actually going to be something longer lasting. So that's what's interesting, is that it's now he's feeling like he can't... See, this is abandonment too, leaving somebody out in the cold. So that's kind of what he did. But why? Well, I get he's wanting to start anew. It's not really clear why you're not able to be part of that. Maybe nobody is at this time. Maybe it's just him. I mean, the Hermit does show, like, isolation, so that person is isolating and not really having anyone a part of their life. But the thing is, if they're not doing that right, like, if they're not actually self-reflecting, then it's not going to do them any good anyway. But if they are self-reflecting, that's awesome, because that should work for them really well, you know. But if they're spending alone time and they're just kind of getting worse, then it's like, that's probably not good. But, you know, only time will tell. But as far as them coming back around, what do we see for that? What are the next actions we see from this Taurus person toward Azalea? Pentacles for the next interaction you have from this point on. So if anything significant or drastic happens or changes, obviously this outcome can change because of free will, butterfly effect type thing. Like, it's like, you plan on doing something right now, and then so we're going to do a reading on that. So if you do this, is this what's going to happen there? So, okay. And then say tomorrow you're just like, actually, I'm going to do the exact opposite. So obviously there's going to be like some different things that happen because of that, you know? So unless you do the same things that you're generally, you know, planning to do, there could be some changes because of free will, and also because he has free will as well. So he can change up too. But that's annoying. So tell me, what we need to know about the next interaction they have. It could be a long time before it happens because Seven of Pentacles again. It actually could be because there's Ace of Wands, so it's like you'll have to take the opportunity when it's there. Because you can miss the opportunity, you know, because you're human, you can miss opportunities. It's not like a set in stone thing, but there will be a perfect time and place for you guys to take action, and kind of either maybe make things right, maybe there will be some closure or communication about, like, you know, something that will make it more fair, you know what I mean, like explain it. But justice could mean a lot of different things. It could mean that, you know, there's a Libra person, but aside from Libra, it could mean that, you know, it's just fairness. It could mean the closure. It could mean equality. It could mean karma. It could mean justice literally is served. Like, things are fair. Things are the way they're supposed to be. That's why I feel like make something right, you know? But let's see a little bit more. It could be a while, though, before this happens, because Seven of Pentacles here is showing somebody is kind of like waiting very patiently, tending to a garden. It's going to take a long time, you know, for that garden to grow. So it's not going to be tomorrow, but when it does happen, it's going to be the Ace of Wands, which is opportunity to take action, and with the hope that justice will be served in some way. So what does that mean? Justice here. What does justice mean? Okay. Well, be careful what you wish for. That's the genie. Because a lot of times you might just get it, and when you do, it's not really what you thought it was, or not really what you wanted at all, you know? It's something that you never really considered before. And you said the disillusionment thing too, so it's like if you actually were with this person, you might be surprised that, you know, you might find out that you don't really like everything that you thought you did, you know, about the person. There's just like so much that you just didn't even see before, and now you see it, and it's like, oh, this is what I wanted? Okay, you know, like, no, it's not. So anyway, this is kind of talking about greed, though. It's talking about like somebody getting what they want, so it could just be a selfish, you know, type thing. Like, maybe that's why this is happening. What is the action? I mean, it's somebody trying to get, so maybe it's both of you, like trying to get something out of it, you know, like you're maybe trying to get some explanation, and he's, you know, I don't know, trying to, I don't know, anything, you know, but just, it's what you guys are going after. You're not really considering the other person. Not that you're being inconsiderate, but you're thinking the sole purpose of it is to get something out of it. And you guys probably want different things, you know, but it's just basically you're thinking of what you want to get out of the whole interaction. So it's kind of like a selfish, you're wanting what you want out of it, which is fine. Which just is what it is, you know. But love that guy. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Knight of Wands again. That sucks, because I really felt like in the beginning it was like there really was potential with that situation. Like, it looked like commitment was definitely like a, you know, and then look, oh my god, it's gone, but I just folded it in there. That's crazy. I noticed it right before I folded it in there. It was the Hierophant again. So isn't that weird that in the other deck the Hierophant came out with with the Knight of Wands. And again, it was going to do that, so it's just kind of the same thing it's telling us. So that's interesting. It does feel like it would be kind of a back and forth hot and cold thing if it did, you know, turn out to anything, which, you know, again, it's going to probably take a while for them to interact again, but when they do, it's probably going to be like a thing that, you know, it's not really going to be in your best interest, and not that it's like dangerous or anything, but they're just thinking about what they want, and I suppose you're thinking about what you want as well, so it's just not really like considering the other person. If you feel like, you know, you want somebody, you want to feel cared for, and you want to feel like, you know, your best interest at heart type of connection, that's not really the connection we're seeing here, because they're kind of thinking about, you know, what they can get out of it, basically. And, you know, this is kind of coming full circle again, like the last set of cards, so that's interesting. But yeah, there will be an action, but I think the action will be somewhat self-centered, like you know, selfish for themselves, you know, so just be aware of that when that happens. That, you know, they're trying to get something out of it, and so are you, so it's like, just take it with a grain of salt, like, don't take it so seriously, because I think you guys are both just trying to get something out of it, you know, as humans, that's what we do, we don't want to get nothing out of things, you know, but as for them thinking about, like, being in a long-term relationship, right now, it just doesn't seem like they're, you know, into that, for whatever reason. Could be the way that they are, it could be you. I mean, I don't like to say that, but it could be, who knows. The Knight of Wands is kind of just a player in general, so it doesn't really make me feel like it's you. It makes me feel like more that, since it came out twice, too, like the Knight of Wands is very specific, and that's not really saying, like, somebody who just, it's been a long time, and they're just kind of, you know, going their separate way. No, it's like somebody who is a player. So, I mean, it's possible that they're a player. Or, you know, that they're trying to be, if you allow them to be, I guess. But that could just kind of be who they are, you know? It's not really personal, I don't think. Got the Knight of Wands twice. They're in and out, they're hot and cold, they're not going to be steady. At least not right now, it's not showing that, it's showing Knight of Wands twice. So it's kind of hard to see that any other way, unfortunately, but at least you know what it is, like, and it's not just you, even though you might feel like that, but just try to not, like, take it out on yourself, you know, because that's not going to help anything, and it's not just you. Some people just don't have the capacity to be what you need, you know, and that's fine. It just leaves the door open for somebody better for you, who fits with you more, you know, because that's what that's going to lead to. And it is heartbreaking, you know, like you said, it's something that you really thought was going to go somewhere. So, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't feel good, but it's like, at least you don't have to, not, and you probably still are going to be confused, but I mean, at least you could have some kind of, like, idea of, maybe it's a pattern for them, and it's not just, like, this is what they've done with just you, you know? Kind of seems like a pattern. Character trait, you know? Hey, Secrets. You guys, check out Secrets of the Typical Emo Witch. She's right here in the chat with us. Check out her YouTube channel. She's really doing well right now. Go and subscribe to her. She's awesome. Secrets of the Typical Emo Witch. Go and subscribe to her. Oh yeah, we're going to do the first 3 people that were here. Okay, so I can't see that far. Damn, I should have gotten them down. Because I think there was people before this, actually. I see Shima, Mina, and Azalea. Is that, the first 3? I think there was somebody else. I feel like there was one other person before. But please, let me know, because I can't see it that far into the chat now. Okay, perfect. Shima was first. Hi, Shaylee. Shima was first. Okay. Why? I'm okay. I'm good, you know? I can't complain. What's there to complain about, you know? Not much. Unless I'm just, you know, being ungrateful. Being, you know, gratitude. Try to look at good things. I don't really know. There's not really anything to complain about, really. So I guess I could say I've been doing well. How have you been doing? Thanks, Azalea. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so it was Shima and Mina, and then... Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I think you were like... Yeah, I think you were the third, right? Sunny Joe, because I remember in the beginning seeing you as one of the first three. So, oh, okay, so you're the second one? And Mina was the third. You guys are gonna have to tell me because I can't see now back that far into the chat. That's my bad. I usually get those down first, but I didn't this time. Wishing there was more time and energy in the day. Yeah. Shima, Mina, and Sunny Joe. And remember tonight, you guys, donations get you a double entry. So if that's why you're wondering why there's no double entry, I'm just letting you know. It's not like I'm skipping you. But I'm still giving you a single entry. Okay, I'm so excited to pull that. So excited for next week. Whoever's here now, can you guys like this video, please? Don't forget to like this video for me, please. And Shima, please go ahead and post your question. And after that, Mina, and after that, Sunny Joe. Hi, Secrets. Okay. Thanks for coming. Nice to hear from you. Thanks, Sunny. Greed, Lovers, and Magician. Somebody really feels like they can make anything happen. They might be a bit grandiose in that kind of thinking, but I mean, yeah, believe in that. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like they're pushing it a bit far, but nothing wrong with that, you know, in and of itself. And I'm not here to judge that anyway. Just saying, like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It kind of seems like it's a greed thing. But then there's the King of Cups. I don't even know what your question is. Let's see. What are the intentions of Dill? Will he propose? Oh, shite. Okay. Well, shit. It kind of looks like he feels like he can get, or he feels like he can make you guys, actually, because this is the Lovers, so it's both of you, really. Lovers, you know? I think it is his plan, though, or his idea. Like, he wants what he wants out of it, and basically what that is to do as much as he can, like, to create as much as he can. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that that's not a possibility. I can't say yes or no, but it does seem like that's possible because of the Magician. Like, anything's possible, really, if you just believe it's possible and put effort toward it. In his point of view, so it's whatever he wants, really, because, and he wants more and more and more and more. That's why I said grandiose, because it kind of seems like it's a, like, huge display of, you know, his love. Like, it's just kind of over the top, you know, it's a bit much, but it's just that way, you know. But for whatever reason, I mean, it's just loud, you know. Not really like this personal secret thing. It's like everyone knows about it, or he's just kind of like, he's out there about it. But we do see the King of Cups. That makes me think that maybe he is somewhat supportive or a caring, like, not that he isn't, but, you know, that's a good thing that the King of Cups is coming out. It's kind of what we all want, right? And then there's this project. Ooh. Don't like seeing that. There's something hidden here, but what is it? We don't know. We're going to have to find out. But it does have something to do with either a younger Earth sign person, which could be you. I don't feel like it's like another person, but let's look further. I think really it's talking about like the beginning stages of a project. And so that project, you know, eventually leads to somebody kind of going around and sneaking something. So it could be stealing something too. The Seven of Swords, it's, you know, he could be kind of sneaking or stealing something. If you have things of value, then that could be the motive. I mean, if he thinks he can get money or something out of you or whatever, or your family or something, I don't know. But somebody's stealing something or sneaking something, you know, because of the Seven of Swords there. And then I feel like, you know, there's something, some plan, some project. So these things are being kind of like, there's steps that they're taking in this process. So let's see what this is about. There is opportunity for money or success or some kind of security here with the Ace of Pentacles. And this is the last card, so it's kind of like the outcome, you know. This is the end of it. Like, this is where you guys get. And the Empress is here showing possible pregnancy, so be careful with that. But on top of that, like, you know, or if you know that's not even possible for you, then it's not. But there's another thing that the Empress represents, which is, you know, new beginnings and something, like, potentially very, like, there's a lot of possibility there. It's like the birth of something. And again, beginning stages of a project. So somebody obviously sees the value in you, you know, starting this idea or this project with you. And it's going to take a while for it to kind of come together with the Seven of Pentacles. And it's funny how these two are together. I never really see that. Like, it's saying basically it's going to take a while. You're going to have to be patient, but then you're going to act without thinking. Like, what? It could also be talking about, like, instead of acting without thinking, it's really just saying, like, after a period of thinking and thinking and thinking, you need to just act already instead of just thinking and not acting, because that's not going to lead you anywhere. And obviously that's what you do, because then the Empress is here to show there's this whole, like, possibility, this new beginning that opens up, this new door. And then the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you guys really have the opportunity. Maybe you're going to go into business together or something, or there's going to be money. Maybe you're going to have a kid, and then you will have the means to, you know, you won't be struggling for some reason, you know, because the Ace of Pentacles is giving you an opportunity basically to make money or to basically have security. So that's what's cool. Again, you can miss opportunities, so it's not set in stone, but it's basically what's in store here. Then the Knight of Cups. So I think we need to figure out what this Seven of Swords is actually first. Seven of Swords here. 4. That's the Slinky Deck for you. Slinky Deck. Of course not. What's cool about this deck, though, is that it's 100% plastic. I thought that meant it was going to be, like, thicker and harder, like it was going to be, like, plastic. But this is not what I was thinking it was going to be. They freaking, like, it's like a slinky. It's like... But they're supposed to never wear out. So I'll let you know when they start wearing out. Let's see, we'll test that theory. Because they're supposed to never get worn out. And cards get worn out pretty quick when you use them a lot. So. Back to business. What's the Seven of Swords here for? Okay. I don't do reversals, so I'm flipping it upright. We have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords clarified as Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Empress. It could be another person, actually. Could be. And I say that because Three of Cups could mean third party. And then the Empress, because it's like a new start of something. Could even be a pregnancy. But, that's a little extreme to think that. Just reading the card. I don't, you know, I'm not psychic, but that's what the cards are suggesting here. Of course, this can mean many different things, so don't take it to heart too much. Because all the cards can be interpreted in different ways, so it's helpful when, like, people, like, when I'm reading for somebody, and they're following along, and they're like, oh, that's what that is, and that's what that is. Like, they're not, like, just listening as if it's like they don't know these things already. Like, they understand, and they can kind of point me in that direction of, like, what that is suggesting, or what that could mean for their life. Oh, I have a Libra husband, that's probably what the Libra, you know what I mean? So it's like, and you don't even have to, like, tell me, but it's just, if you're going from it, if you're looking at it from a perspective of, like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do, okay, I had no idea, like, okay, thanks for telling me, like, you had no idea, like, you have no control over it, then that's not, it's not gonna work like that. Like, I don't, I'm not psychic, so I'm not going to tell you what you don't already know about yourself, you know? And chances are you're going to end up doing what you want to do anyway, even if the cards tell you not to do something. I mean, that's what I always do. Whenever I get a tarot reading, I always end up doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do anyway, so... It's not like the cards can stop you, is what I mean. Okay, so what is the Seven of Swords here? We saw the disillusionment. Yeah, it could be a third person, but it could also just be something that someone isn't seeing clearly. But what is this Three of Cups? Oh, how funny. Because remember before I was like, well, let's clarify the Seven of Swords first, but I got this one. Well, now I got this one. Again. I definitely think it's another person just because this is showing offering affection or trying to ask somebody out. It's like the knight on, you know, the white horse. It's like trying to be a rescuer or something, you know? Trying to come in and be everything that you want, and it's like... That could be why the Seven of Cups is here too. Because it's, you know, the idea of it is great, but is it realistic, you know? Obviously this person is not going to be everything that you need to save you. Like, you're going to have to save yourself, you know, in this lifetime. But people think that, and sometimes people try to be that, you know, and it, you know... And then they get disappointed because that doesn't fix their problems. Because, guess what? No one can fix them for you. And that's what people tend to think. So, this person, it's double Knight of Cups. I feel like there could even be a third, there could even be a fourth person. But I don't know, that's just me kind of looking at that. But I don't know for sure if that's what it's saying. It's just two Knight of Cups. It's like somebody's getting asked out, or somebody is being courted. So what are their intentions? I think they're going to try to push this as far as they can. With the Magician there, they think they can do that. They think that they can make anything happen if they really want to, and that's what they're going to try to do. They're getting something out of it, definitely. It's like you're of value in some way. And not that you wouldn't be, you know, just because you're you. But for some reason, like, there's something you have, or there's some, maybe it's status. Maybe you give and give and give, and you're very nurturing, and you're very attentive, and maybe they like that. You know, that they can just get more and more and more and more and more and more from you without really having to put much out themselves. You know, because you'll take care of them and you'll take care of things. That could be what that is too. So that's kind of what they're getting out of it. And it's very possible that, to answer your question, it's very possible that that could happen, you know, because it kind of seems that way. It kind of seems like that's what they're going to try to push. And you would be like that person who's like the main one, I guess, you could say. The person who's always there, you know. And then there's the others. I think he intends on moving this forward and creating some kind of partnership, relationship, or closeness. Okay, Sunny Joe, or Mina, I'm sorry. Mina, can you post your question, please? Oh shit. Was that on my part? It was doing that a lot yesterday. It kept doing that yesterday. So let me know if it does that again, please. What are God's current feelings? Intentions and future actions towards me. Okay, that's 3 things, love. Alright, so let's look at future actions. And then we can kind of get an idea of how he feels by his future actions, right? So we can try to get both answered in that way. Remember, you guys, donations are double entries into the raffle tonight. Please like this video as well. If you guys haven't yet, please go ahead and like this video really quick for me, please. I'd really appreciate it. Intentions and feelings. Four of Pentacles, nice. This is about building a foundation together, so that's a good start. We're off to a good start there. Building a foundation, saving money too, saving up money overall. You see how he is hanging on for dear life to his Pentacles? So it's representing you needing to save money. It's a great way to put that sentence too. You just fit it all in there. I need to know about the heart. I need to know about the heart. Someone's getting left out in the cold again. After they saved up so much money and planned so much. Oh. 10 of Cups. That's pretty good. That's probably as best as you can get for the cups, you know. That's like over, like, yay, I'm happy. Like, for real this time. So this makes you really happy. I wonder if it's after or before this. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Well, first of all, we do have the Five of Swords, which is a guy who's bitter, angry, resentful, has it out for people, is kind of a bully, doesn't play fair, doesn't pick on people his own size, you know, picks on everyone and anyone and everyone. just because he can. And you see the swords he's holding, and those people in the background who are cowering away. It's because he has their swords. He punked them for him, so now they're his. And right next to that is the devil, so it kind of feels like the person has a chip on their shoulder in love, or maybe even just in general, but I mean, there is some kind of, like, issue they're having. Like, they want to win at all costs. It's not a good look for a relationship, because there's no room for all of that winning, losing shit in a relationship. It's just, you know, that's not really a relationship. And what it means really is that the person's not going to be able to get vulnerable with you. They're not going to be intimate with you in the way that you're going to be intimate with them, because they're not able to open up, because they don't want to get hurt. So in order to make sure that you're not going to ever get hurt again, the only way to do that is really by closing off, because you can't really control what other people do. You can't always see it coming. You won't. And so if you believe that you will, then you're probably not getting close to very many people at all, because you can't control if people are going to or not, even if you want to believe that or you think you can. It happens, you know. So I think this person's probably pretty closed off. Even if they are able to forge a connection, it's like they're not really getting close with you. And maybe you're opening up a lot more than they are, if you notice. This is the Two of Wands, so it shows that there is some deliberate action. What is that? Kind of scary. Somebody going their own way and doing whatever the fuck they want and not letting anyone stop them. Queen of Wands and Seven of Cups. So, rose-colored glasses, seeing something how you want to see it. Oh, that's them. And they're also defensive and deflecting blame. There's something that they're mad about. They're going to be blaming other people for it. And they're doing their own thing, but not really taking responsibility. Like, they're not really, they're kind of just going off and doing their own thing because they want to. That's the Queen of Wands. She's like, she gets shit done, but I mean, she doesn't need to check in. She doesn't care that, like, about, like, it's not that she doesn't care about you, it's just she doesn't need to check in. I mean, she's her own person. That's the Queen of Wands. Very independent, doesn't need anyone to say yes or no. They're just like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna go do it now. So you can come with if you want, or you can stick back here, and I'm gonna still go, you know? Very independent. Yeah. So the person, it sucks because they could have really been a great support to the situation, but the thing is, they're kind of looking at the negative from the gate, so it's like, they can see these 3 cups knocked down, and they can be disappointed about that, and that represents something from the past, by the way, because it's like spilt milk, you know, like something spills over, and oh, I'm so sad and disappointed, and it's like in the present moment, they're still stuck in the past thinking that, so it's like, it's really not a good, you know, look. It's really not a good headspace to be in. But that could be why the Five of Swords is coming out and showing their bitterness and anger, because they're not letting go of something. And it probably has nothing to do with you, but, I mean, it could. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's a relationship thing. It's probably something deeper than that. We keep getting the Queen of Wands. I mean, I don't know, I just wouldn't trust, like, if they're saying they're going to come through on something, it seems like they're going to keep ditching out at the last second. Or just ending it, like, just, yeah, see? It's a messy thing, it's a toxic thing. It's a thing where it's, like, up and down and hot and cold, and to the point where people are just, like, not comfortable at all with what's going on, but they're just still doing it. It doesn't make any sense, you know? But it does, because it's kind of just like how those people do that, you know, the charm, I guess, I don't know. But the Ten of Swords here kind of shows, and under the Death card too. So it's like a complacency, or a, something they're used to. And the star, too.